Here are our objectives for section 1.3. So number 1, use linear equations to solve problems. Number 2, solve a formula for a variable. So we talked last time about what that first one means. What does that first one mean? Word problems. Can you solve word problems that are linear? Yeah, okay. So all we have left in this particular section is to solve a formula for a variable. So here's what I mean by that. What formula is this? Base times height. So area, right? Area equals base times height. Right now it's solved for A, right? What if I tell you we're going to do a whole bunch of problems that we're going to be trying to figure out the height? Wouldn't it make more sense if the formula was solved for height? It would, right? So how do I solve for height in this problem? Divide by B, both sides, right? So that height actually equals the area divided by the base. Okay, done. Sometimes they look harder, and they're a little harder, but not too much. What's this formula for? A trapezoid, okay? Base 1 plus base 2, half of that times the height. Okay? So what if I want this one solved for the second base? How do I isolate the second base? What do I do first? So we could multiply both sides by 2, right? If I multiply both sides by 2, on the left-hand side that gives me 2a. And on the right-hand side, what happens? Half goes away, so we have base 1 plus base 2 times the height. If I divide by the height, that's what comes next. Because height divided by height simplifies to 1, right? So I just have 2 times the area divided by the height should equal the bases added together, right? So all that's left to solve for, if we're trying to solve for the second base, is to get rid of the first base, right? Subtract base 1 from both sides. So 2 times the area divided by the height minus the base should give us the second base. Does that make sense? Now, in Algebra 2, we actually called these literal equations. So we had linear equations, which is y equals mx plus b, equations like that, ax plus b y equals c, things like that. These were literal equations. It's when you took a formula and solved it for another variable than it's originally solved for. Do you have any questions about that?